According to Turkey Al Sheikh, Jake Paul has accepted a fight with Anthony Joshua. I have thoughts about this. A few thoughts, a few conflicting thoughts. But first, let's listen to what the main man had to say, and then we'll get into it.
Against what Jack Paul doing in boxing. It's good for boxing to have young generation. I am against some kinds of fight he do. I want to tell you example and surprise. I am thinking me and him to doing him against Joshua now. Joshua, if he destroy him, it will be good for me. The headache of Jack Paul will go from my mind. If Jack Paul win, I will know that Joshua is finished, and Jack Paul deserve to be ranking.
I mean, that's a good way to think about it. If AJ sparks Jake Paul, then Jake Paul's gone. He's finished. He's done. But it's the same the other way around. So Turkey knows not to invest in Joshua anymore because Joshua's done. This guy's clever, bro. This guy knows how it works. He's a clever guy.
And deserve to have future in boxing, right? I thought was 50-50. In this situation, I wanted 99-1. Jack Paul accepted. Now I next week I will talk with Joshua about it.
I'd be surprised if Anthony Joshua takes this fight, not because he's scared of Jake, although that's how Jake could spin it. He doesn't do anything for Joshua at this point, but saying that, he just did get knocked out by Dubois, so maybe he would to get some money and just to be able to be the guy that shuts Jake Paul up, because unlike Tommy Fury, AJ's actually good, and he could knock Jake Paul out, which would be fucking glorious to see, but let's carry on.
I am not against what Jack.
And then we've got Eddie Hearn. Actually, well, I'll take that back because I didn't actually read this before recording, but there have been discussions. I was with Turkey Al Sheikh yesterday. Obviously, he met Jake Paul. I think he would like to do it. It's mad enough to happen. The plan for us is to fight Tyson Fury next year. If we can squeeze in Jake Paul along the way and you guys want AJ to end this whole process, he'll gladly do it. I don't think Tyson Fury's going to take that AJ fight. He is adamant that he's going to be fighting Usyk. I said I don't think Tyson Fury's ego would let him fight someone who doesn't have a belt. I would like to see AJ versus Fury though. That would be quite good. But I think Fury still beats AJ. And I don't think Jake Paul would want to fight AJ if Fury just beat him. You know what I mean? He'd probably be like, no, he does nothing for me. He just lost. So I reckon get Jake Paul in first, get a win on, and then go in with a bit of momentum. You know, and there's Jake Paul with Turkey Al Sheikh, who looks like a fat version of Will from the In-Betweeners. Very nice. But yeah, what do I think about this? I think so. Two things, right? Two things. First thing is, respect to Jake Paul, first of all, for actually accepting this fight from Turkey. And it takes some balls to actually put you, because he's been saying that, I want Joshua, and I thought, no, you don't. You're just chatting out your ass again, Jake. You clearly don't want Anthony Joshua. You're just trying to make headlines. But he's put his money where his mouth is. He's willing to go in there with Anthony Joshua, a former unified heavyweight champion of the world, dangerous guy, and actually go for it. So respect to him for doing that. Number two, you're an idiot, Jake Paul. You're a fucking clown. Although I respect it, you are putting your abilities way too high, brother. You lost to Tommy Fury. And now you want to fight Anthony Joshua. This is the problem with Jake padding his record with like old men and former MMA fighters, is that his ego is so inflated because he's been beating these guys dominantly and knocking out people like Mike Perry, beating that Julio Chavez Jr. He really thinks he's that guy. And he's surrounded by a bunch of yes men that just confirm his bias towards himself. And now he thinks, I could beat AJ. You're an idiot, bro. You can't beat AJ. And number 3, it's about time we see Jake Paul on the canvas. It's about time we see Jake Paul face down on the floor, asleep, going, shoo, shoo. You know what I mean? Let's get him sleeping, bro. Let's get this guy asleep. I actually want to see it. Although I don't think Anthony Joshua... Well, this is the problem, right? Because Eddie Hearn says that they want to do the Tyson Fury fight, and we'll get it up. That they want the Fury fight for next year. I don't think that's gonna happen. There we go. I don't think that's gonna happen. Because Tyson wants Usyk, and I don't think Tyson's gonna fight anyone else but Usyk next year. So I think this could be a possibility. If AJ does it, he'll get paid a bag for it anyway. Tired boy. And not only will he get paid a bag, he'll be able to knock out Jake Paul and finish this nonsense once and for all. Because I saw the other week, obviously, Jake Paul was put in the rankings after beating Chavez Jr., which is unbelievably ridiculous and disrespectful on so many levels to all the other boxers that have been grinding for years and fighting actual contenders. It's crazy. But maybe AJ would do this just to really just end this show. I'm not saying Jake Paul's a bad boxer. He's just not. He's just not a proper boxer. Most of his opponents have been MMA fighters or old men. The one time he fought a young, up and coming boxer, not in the prime, but like, could be entering it relatively soon. Not that his prime's going to be any good because he's shit. But the one time he fought a young boxer around his age, he lost. I'm not saying AJ's a young boxer, but he's a legit boxer. He's a legit world champion, former world champion boxer. And yeah, he's been on a few skids here and there now, but he could fuck up Jake Paul, bro. I don't see a universe where Jake Paul beats Anthony Joshua, and if he does, I'm done watching boxing forever because the sport's rigged. The sport's rigged. If AJ loses to Jake Paul, it's fucking done. It's rigged. It's finished. Alright? I don't think it's going to happen, though. If this fight does happen, respect to Jake, but also, Jake, you're an idiot. And Anthony Joshua, let's get this clown out of the sport. I don't mind Jake Paul boxing, alright, necessarily. But on, influencer cards, I think that's where he belongs, because it's either influencer cards or it's old men or old retired MMA fighters, and I don't think that's really a legit legacy to leave. I think if he goes into Misfits, he'd beat everyone in Misfits. He would be the Misfits champion. All right, he'd beat KSI. He would be the Misfits champion, no doubt about it. And he'd do really well there. But in legit professional boxing, he's not that guy. AJ's going to show him who's boss if this fight happens, and I can't wait. Let me know what you guys think about this fight. Really interesting. UFC tomorrow. I'm excited for it. Alright, UFC 318. Let's fucking go. I'm going to do a fight companion for it because why not? And I said I wasn't going to do them anymore, but I might as well. So fuck it. Let's do it. Like and subscribe. Links are down below. And I got a live stream coming on Sunday with a special guest. So that should be fun. Yeah. Until next time, I'll see you in a bit.